Hello YouTube, listen to me. Justice for T.SIZZLE, bring back T.SIZZLE'S channel. Now, another topic that I learned from his channel, since his channel is also educational, besides the fact that he's being himself, okay, it's even mentioned in his channel's description. He said that his channel is about being educational, being himself, and giving his hot takes and opinions and whatnot about the world, the current world, right? And also back in the past. As the years go by, yeah, you know what I'm talking about. But anyways, another topic that I learned from his channel is the fact that he doesn't understand how people aren't ahead in life even when they are older, in their later stages and ages. Because people should somewhat be ahead in life in their 30s and onwards. And T.SIZZLE, if you're watching, you can confirm this. And it's one of his old videos when he was still young. He said that he doesn't understand how people that are in their 30s are still broke. Like, even though the planet is tough and all, life is tough, so there's like all these circumstances and hardships and whatnot that comes along, all these hoops and hurdles, these obstacles and obstructions. You still gotta find a way to at least make it in life, otherwise it's gonna be really difficult as you get older, the older you get, because you're not gonna be financially stable and all that. And then he also speaks about people that being in their 40s and 50s are still broke. I think even his family also, if I'm not mistaken. I mean, if your family is not broke, T.SIZZLE, I apologize for offending you and your family, but if they actually are, then yeah, I think you mentioned it. If it's true, I think you mentioned it, but if it's not, then I apologize sincerely, T.SIZZLE. But yeah, YouTube, justice for T.SIZZLE, bring back his channel, please. Anyways, I'm going to continue with what I'm gonna say. Yeah, he made a good point. You gotta make it ahead financially. You gotta put your money in multiple baskets that it compound, gain value, increase, and then yeah, you just work. You find jobs and gigs to earn money, hustles, right? Side hustles, passive income, where you sleep and you still earn money. Active income is work and all. I mean, passive income can be active income too, because you'll be monitoring the charts and how much you earn, earnings and all, and then etc. etc. Maybe if you're investing in stocks and all that, you can close and sell, and then you buy at cheaper, sell at more expensive, etc. etc. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. And I agree with him too. It's like, even with parents, family, how is it that you have kids and you're unable to support them, And that is very dangerous and very embarrassing, where you're in your 30s or 40s or whatever, and you have the audacity to have kids when you're not doing well for yourself. You can barely provide for yourself. You're hanging on a tightrope. You're walking on thin ice. And you want to have kids? Who the heck do you think you are? Just nonchalantly, blatantly want to bring children into this life, this existence that they did not even ask for. They did not even receive an email in their inbox, like what Ralphie May said. I did not receive an email in my inbox saying, yeah, whatever he talks about, Ralphie May, the comedian. I think he passed away. Rest in peace. Rest in power, rest in glory. But yeah, kind of like that, just giving an analogy, you wanna bring your offspring here when you can barely provide them and raise them. And one thing that really rubs me the wrong way and really irks me is when the child is born conveniently, right? One of the parents falls ill, one of the parents passes away. Ever noticed that? Either the father or the mother passes away or becomes very ill, and then the child has to grow up quickly and help the family, provide for the family. It's even worse when they are both ill or when they both passed away. Then the child has to fend for themselves, himself or herself, which is absolutely stupid and selfish, you see. They don't really take into considerations what could happen. There's no contingencies, there's no backups. You lack the Vorbereitung. There's a German word for preparations. Vorbereitung. You lack the amenities and the facilities, you know. That's like what Big Shaq said. I don't think you have the facilities for that, big man. Yeah, and then you want to have the audacity. You have the audacity and the nerve to bring children into this place. When babies start dying, I mentioned it in one of my videos, you know this place ain't good. So yeah, if you want to have kids, make sure you're stable. You fucking parents, fucking idiots. But anyways, if you don't have a family, if you're single and all that, you know, maybe you have a wife or girlfriend, or if you're a girl, you have a boyfriend or a husband, but you're still broke despite being in your later ages and stages, right? 40, 50, 60 and onwards, you're still broke. Then what are you doing? What have you been doing? You every single time you earn money, you get your paycheck, you payday and payroll and all that, you spend it. Why? What is it that you spend on, you know? What is it that is so good and you want to lavish? Is it all based on the mindset of YOLO? Is that it? You only live once, so you want to waste all your money away and affect your financial stability in the long run in the future. How very smart of you. You know, a lot of things nowadays on this planet, in this existence, requires money, and you still want to play reckless, you still want to be childish and all that, and just splurge your money everywhere, left, right, center, up and down, inside, outside, diagonal, 360 everywhere. And then you end up being broke as heck with negatives in your bank account. Are you kidding me? And then you wonder why you still can't get ahead, you're still broke and all that. No, it's on you. You don't have the financial discipline. You don't even make a schedule. You don't even make budgets, you know. You always want to blow away your budgets and savings. Yeah, I know you have bills to pay. Yeah, well, that's supposed to tell you that you shouldn't be splurging, right? Makes sense, right? If you already have bills to pay and this and that, you still want to go nuts and YOLO everything out of the water, out of proportion, you know. So yeah, I agree with T.SIZZLE. He doesn't understand how people in their 30s, 40s, 50s and onwards are still broke. Oh, excuse me. I mean, you can be broke momentarily, but eventually you gotta pick up the pace, you know. You gotta step it up and not be broke anymore, or at least be less broke than you initially were, right? Well, how could you possibly just burn all your cash, burn all your savings just like that? What exactly did you spend it on? Numerous amounts of trips around the world, or most parts of the world, and then you can't even be bothered to invest, compound, fixed deposits, trade and all that, mine Bitcoin, even though it fluctuates and all that, people are still talking about it, and it's that very questionable. Yeah. Has it ever occurred to you to save? Has it ever occurred to you to you know, divide it into ratios, divide it into percentages? Maybe 50% is on your daily needs, 30% is on your something, and then 20% is your savings. You save 20% of your earnings, and then 30% is like, I don't know, your leisure, and then 50% is on like the bills, the things, whatever it is, things like that. You know, maybe if people have not done that yet, maybe it's time you start, develop and build up the discipline, because these things take time. Even the discipline in your head takes time, because you are stubborn to yourself. Even I am like that too. You know, I'm not just stubborn towards other people, I'm stubborn towards myself as well. So it can be a hindrance and a difficulty to like really discipline myself and make myself listen to myself and all, you know. That's why sometimes I get mad at myself and I call myself an idiot. You know, I'm like a father to my own self. You freaking idiot, you freaking jackass, you freaking fool. You know, and this is me talking to myself. Yeah, I know, crazy, but yeah, that's what I be doing, right? For the most part. Oh, excuse me. It's late at night, that's why I'm yawning. I'm supposed to go to sleep, but here I am filming a video. But yeah, what T.SIZZLE said. Justice for T.SIZZLE, bring back T.SIZZLE's channel. He said he doesn't understand people in their 30s, 40s and onwards, how they still broke. You know? Yeah, things are getting expensive and inflation and all that, but still you gotta find ways to not make yourself go broke after, especially if it's been years, extra especially, even more especially if you have kids, if you have a family, then it's almost no excuse that you should not, that you are broke. There's almost no excuse that you are broke. No, you should be fighting. You should be doing whatever you can to recover. And I'm not even coming off as an alpha male or a sigma or a red pill or whatever. No, I'm just stating facts. Do you not want to be financially stable? Because I do. So I gotta develop that discipline, spendings. When do you catch yourself spending most of your money on? Yeah, work on that. Or if it's like very beneficial and it makes you happy and whatnot, then I guess stick with it. But if it's like something you don't really need, you can go without, then please abstain. Abstain and forego it. Forego those things. Abstain yourself from those things. You gotta be rational and idealistic and practical, you know, which is what a lot of people fail to do. There's always emotions, you know. They barely think with shells. Shells. They kind of dozed off a little. I was thinking of shrimps. Yeah. That's why I said shells. I mean hearts, emotions and all, right? Yeah. People gotta at least like try and be ahead in life, especially those that have it good, privileged and all, you know. If you're rich or something, if you're wealthy and then you splurge, right? Because money changes people, wealth and materials change people, and then you become broke and all. That's even more embarrassing. When you initially used to be so wealthy, you had a villa and all that. Let's say multiple villas, multiple mansions, and then you just splurge, and then it's just gone. You have to sell. Your assets have to be liquefied. You know, liquidation. And then, yeah, you sell it off. So yeah, justice for T.SIZZLE, T.SIZZLE's channel. bring it back, okay? Because us fans and supporters want to watch him again because he's funny. The great messiah, young Teddy T.SIZZLE. Alright, the what's his name? The Francis something protege. That's what he said. You know, the guy that became, I think it was a girl at first that became a guy. Or was it a guy that became a girl, you know, because he couldn't get girls, then he decided to go for men or something. Yeah, if T.SIZZLE, if you're watching this, you can confirm as well. The guy became a girl and then became a lesbian or something. Wait, what am I saying? He couldn't get girls, then he went for guys and became gay. Nothing wrong with that, you know. I don't know why I said lesbian. You know, I'm sleepy, so my mind is a little all over the place. Can't really focus, you know, I'm tired. Yeah. So yeah. This video is quite long already. You get what I'm trying to say, you know, the title of this video. Oh, you know, yawning a couple times, a bunch of times. Goes to show I'm tired, but yeah. My parting words is justice for T.SIZZLE. Bring back T.SIZZLE's channel, YouTube, please. Anyhow, beyoudoyou, signing out now. Adios.